Hey everybody, it's Norris with the Norris Group. It is Friday, May 31st, 2019. And what do you think about accessory dwelling units, and do you plan on building one? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. Up on the radio show and podcast this week, we have our second interview with John Aronson. He is, of course, the general contractor based in San Diego, and he has a lot of experience doing manufactured homes and stick-built ADUs, and he's been in the industry really a long time. We talk about cost savings comparisons with doing stick-built versus manufactured housing. He talks about timelines when it comes to manufactured housing, that things have changed and you'll want to know why, and the planning turnaround times that people should expect when they're actually putting these different structures in place. So part of this conversation is leading up to our June 11th. I'll be moderating a panel at SDCIA talking about accessory dwelling units. The conversation is a little bit more aimed at owner-occupants, but if you attend, I'm sure you get something out of it. But in the meantime, we're doing a little bit more investor-focused interviews on the radio show on accessory dwelling units, so hopefully you're enjoying. Home prices in 20 cities in the U.S. saw their slowest growth rate for a year straight, and several of those cities include California cities. The Mortgage Bankers Association reported a 3.3% decrease in mortgage applications from last week. The National Association of Realtors reported a 1.5% decrease in pending home sales for the month of April, and mortgage rates decreased just slightly, with 30-year rates now at 4.10% and 15-year rates at 3.57%. Forget ride sharing and food delivering. Uber is so much more cool, and they're going to get into the real estate investing space. Apparently. Well, not directly anyway. Atlanta-based real estate investment firm Corey is hiring Uber drivers to bird dog distressed properties. And we've heard real estate investors do this before, but they're making it a little bit more formal. So savvy Uber drivers are learning how to spot distressed real estate, tall grass, distressed cars parked in the grass, warning notices on doors, things like that we typically see as real estate investors. Well, they can use an app, take pictures, write some notes after they drop off a client, and sort of do double duty, drive people, drop off food, and look for real estate deals. It's pretty cool. Compensation ranges depending on several variables. I've heard the strategy before, but this is really interesting because the technology angle. In the blog, we are going to link to an interview that was on Yahoo with co-founder and chief technology officer Eric Richner, and kudos to Eric for talking about the difference between iBuyers and what local real estate investors bring to the table. And it's one of the reasons I believe iBuyers and local real estate investors could be great partners if we work together. Tech hubs are giving cities a real estate boost, according to Mansions Global. While the California region is synonymous with companies like Google and Apple in the Bay Area, innovation, digital prodigies, lofty real estate prices, and of course unicorns, there's a growing number of areas around the world that are attracting those same companies, and it's not just going to be in the Silicon Valley anymore. In the U.S., Los Angeles and Pittsburgh are two of the cities seeing an influx of technology companies. Pittsburgh has gone from an industrial town to one where technology now makes up nearly a quarter of its workforce. In Los Angeles, meanwhile, historically known for making movies, it has technology companies like Snapchat, Google, and Amazon moving into the area. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes and where these tech companies decide to bring jobs. I know Austin is one of those cities, and of course we saw Amazon looking to relocate to New York, and they blew that up. So can't wait to see what's next. Can't qualify for that mortgage? Well, all you got to do is keep driving. Yep, it looks like builders are responding to consumers who can't afford living in more urban environments by just driving to what the National Association of Home Builders calls Exurbs. We're the only region in the country that saw growth in single-family permits year over year, and the National Association of Home Builders has tracked the four-quarter moving average of permit applications back to 2016, and the Exurbs were consistently among the strongest performing for builders. So people may be paying in lower prices as they travel outside of the normal suburb area, but remember, they're paying for travel and the time they give up. I've done that drive from Los Angeles to Riverside, and one Friday, it took me 3 hours to get back to Riverside. So when you consider that some people are willing to drive and take 2 hours each way out of their day, 4 hours of cost and driving and then their time, man, they better be getting a smoking deal on a new home. That's all I gotta say. Accessory dwelling units have become a popular thing and have gone by many names, including granny flats, in-law suites, and backyard cottages. And I just covered this week on a story for Forbes. You'll find the work there talking about SB 13 in particular and how it could really change the game specifically for real estate investors. And come on, we're brilliant. We've got the talent, we have access to the capital, and we've got access to the skilled labor, which is getting really hard in California as it is. But it's a really interesting way to help with the affordability goals. And it's rare to see the state sort of come on top of all the cities and say, yeah, you need to do this because you're not meeting your affordability goals. So it's really, really interesting. Senator Bob Wachowski was on a radio show a couple of weeks ago, and he's also going to be part of the June 11th event in San Diego at SDCIA. As part of the ADU conversation, on May 22nd, the bill passed through California Senate, that's SB 13, and now is headed to California State Assembly. I sent out an email this week telling you, the real estate investor, how you can get involved by sending a little letter of support to not only Wachowski's office, but your local representative. Send an email and tell them why. And if you've got a case study of these ADU projects that have gone awry, or cities that are just charging exorbitant fees, or even going as far as doing a moratorium, which is technically not allowed, you could send that information to your representative so they see firsthand some case studies in their area of this not going as expected and following the intent of the bill. So really interesting, an opportunity for you to get involved. But what do you think? Are you going to take this on? Are you going to build an accessory dwelling unit? Are you out? Not seen as worth it, and you don't think two different families should be living on a small lot? I don't know. What do you think?
If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video, and if we miss something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog.
We would love to see you out and about. June 11th, of course, is SDCIA's ADU panel. I'll be moderating a panel of 7 people, including the mayor of Encinitas and a planner, so we're going to get a lot of different opinions. June 13th, California chapter of the Appraisal Institute has Bruce Norris doing an Inland Empire Market Trends update. June 18th is NSD REI's 15th anniversary dinner. Dad and I will be on a panel talking everything from the market to 3D printed homes. Who knows? They always ask really good questions. I just hope I know the answer. July 8th, I'll be doing innovative real estate marketing out in LA South RIA. And if you want more information on all of our upcoming events, just hit the training tab on our website. For more information around hard money, including fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction, and soon next week, we will be announcing accessory dwelling unit hard money. Check out that hard money tab. And for investing with passive notes and trust deeds and mortgages, just hit the invest tab. You'll find out more information there. With that, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week.